Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody, welcome to the technical analysis of the Forex market from the ForexPeaceArmy.com. Well, as usual, we'll start from the daily time frame, and what we can see on the currently on our chart. In fact, our assumption that we have made yesterday about the possible continuation move to the downside has happened. Also, take a look. Here was the 127 extension of our butterfly that we have discussed yesterday. Market hasn't even respected anyway. So it's just thrust through it to the downside. That has happened since this target of the butterfly 127 extension stands slightly lower than the previous low. It's around 131.42. Since this is the case, there are a lot of stops that has been placed just below the swing low, and that stops has been triggered since market first accelerates to the 127 extension, and the triggering stops just add fuel to the further continuation to the downside. Well, market accelerate right to the 1618 target 130.03, although it hasn't quite reached it for some pips. We'll see it a bit later on the intraday charts. Well, you can see that is our weekly ABCD pattern that we have traded already for a month, I suppose, or maybe even longer. From the A, B, C top, 618, hit retracement, 100% target stands at 128.25. That is our medium term target. Also, take a look. The 1618 extension from that pattern, A, B, C top, that we have traded on our daily video researches, stands at the same area, just slightly higher. It's around 128.35, I suppose, somewhere right here. Okay. Anyway, these targets stand in the same area. That is our medium term target. Also, take a look, market take out this low. But currently, I have to warn you that 130.39, I suppose, if my mind doesn't trick me, level. This is the major 618 support on the weekly time frame. We always should know where we are on the larger picture. So don't be surprised if market will show some respect to that area and will show some retracement to the upside. The areas that market could jump to, could be the just previous lows, 131.40. It's very close, just 100 pips higher. Or market could retest that area of support resistance, 132. 132.12 area, roughly previous swing low. Now is the resistance. It was previously support, now it could become the resistance. So here market could show some respect, since market has accomplished this butterfly buy pattern precisely in an area of the weekly Fibonacci support. 618 support is around 130.40 area. It's right here. So if you are a scalp trader and you trade on the intraday charts, wait for the bull signals around that area, because this could lead to some solid retracements from the intraday charts point of view. So 200 pips, it's not a very small move for the intraday traders. Well, in the medium term, I suppose that if even this retracement will happen, market will proceed lower. Well, another scenario is that market will absolutely totally disrespect that area and will continue move to the downside. So that only intraday charts could tell us if market will show some reversal patterns in that area with a hint on some possible retracement. Well, that's good. Maybe some of you who trade intraday will be able to make some pips. If not, then market probably will accelerate lower right to that area. Okay, and will pierce the weekly Fibonacci support area. Well, also take a look that market now stands not at oversold, since the level of oversold for today's trading session is 128.88 on the daily time frame. So it's slightly lower, and market in fact could proceed to the downside if there will not be any support areas. But we have some currently. Well, on the 4-hour time frame, what we see? Take a look at that pattern. A, B, C top. Market accelerates right from the 618 target to the 100% that has been achieved yesterday, 131.65. Also, that was the target of our butterfly, if you remember, on the hourly time frame. and has shown some retracement to the upside. Then plunged down yesterday and not quite reached the 1618 target, that is 129.99, it's 130 area roughly. Well, I suppose that market probably will hit it. You can see that for our time frame is strongly bearish. So market now turns to some retracement. Probably it will establish the new low before shifting to any retracement based on the Fibonacci support on the weekly time frame, based on the completion of the butterfly buy on the daily time frame. By the way, that low is 6 pips higher than the target of the butterfly. That low. So probably market really could create the new low, hitting that target, the target of the daily butterfly, and only after that shift to the retracement to the upside. The potential areas of that retracement, as we said, the low is around 131.42 on the daily time frame. That low. Okay, it stands very close to the 4-hour confluence resistance 131.50, 131.71. And the next area, the possible retracement, is the 3-8 resistance from the whole swing to the downside, resistance swing 132.16. That is very close to that swing low 132.12. Okay, so that's most probable areas of retracements. Okay, because market now has hit some levels of support, but that is not significant target based on the, for instance, this ABCD. So market now stands in the semi position between the 618 target of that ABCD pattern and 100%. Now it's break down that lows, and then probably this retracement could be retesting the lows and continue move to the downside. At least this will be absolutely logical price behavior for the bears. If market will move above that high, that low, and will hold there, then probably this could happen deeper move, but it's a bit early to talk about that. Well, now we will should be ready. We should be ready for the retracement to that area, or maybe to that area as maximum. But what will happen later, we will see. Well, that is on the 4-hour time frame. On the hourly time frame, that's a bit clearer picture. You can see that the same pattern. Now you can see the shallow consolidation trend has turned bullish now on the hourly time frame. But still, I suppose that's very often happens. Market will hit the target just below the that stands just below the low. It's very well-known trick by the market that it starts to consolidation, turns to some retracement, and the newbie traders very often think that, well, that's start to retracement, we should jump in, placing stop just below the swing low. And when that, especially when that some target stands right below it, it's very often when the market hit that target first, shows some kind of wash and rinse of the previous lows, then fast return. It could be by, for instance, a nice bullish engulfing pattern. If this will be the case, then this will be a nice short-term signal for the potential retracement to the upside. But still, I think that market will hit that area first, 130 level, since it's also the psychology level. It's very important. We'll test it, and only after that we'll try to shift some retracement. Well, that is, I think, it's a possible scenario for the current trading session, because despite the fact that current support is not very significant, since this the 618 support on the weekly time frame, this is the target of the butterfly pattern. Also, that's 130. It's important psychological level. So its retracement is very probable. The potential areas is a range between 131.42, 132.12. So suppose that will be the area where retracement could reach if it will really start. Well, that is our current view on the situation on the euro currency. Be very extra careful, especially if you intend to trade intraday against the major context on the daily time frame, since now you can see that's really nice bearish move to the downside, and our medium-term forecast and expectations still bearish. All that you have is just a weekly support. It's 130.40 area roughly, and completing to this butterfly buy pattern that could trigger some retracement. Before pull the trigger on the long side of the market, it's better to wait some patterns that could trigger you, let you enter on the long side of the market. This could be the wash and rinse of that lows and fast returning back by hitting with that level. This probably could be another butterfly buy, for instance, on the 15-minute chart or something. So you need some pattern to trigger you, to pull you into this potential trade to the upside. Do not enter just blindly, because it's very dangerous since all major trends now are bearish and market not at oversold. There's no really significant support that could hold the market. Wait for the clear patterns before enter long. So also you could see that our yesterday's analysis has worked nice, since retracement was really very shallow, just to the 132.40 area that we have discussed yesterday. Market just has shown it and then continued to the downside. Okay, that's all for today. Keep your risk reasonable and wait for the clear patterns before the enter any trade.